Morning, everybody. Welcome into another edition of Conklin and Company. Today on the program, the way forward for the city of Toledo under a new mayor, D. Michael Collins. We're going to talk about that and much more in Take 3 with Keith Burris of the Toledo Blade. Also, what's in a name? A lot if you're changing it, as the Lucas County Dog Warden's Office has done this past week. The new director of Lucas County Canine Care and Control will join us, Julie Lyle, in studio in our second segment. But first, talking about a 10-year anniversary and a new partnership. 13 ABC partnering with BCSN, the Buckeye Cable Sports Network, to create what will be the largest sports entity in all of Northwest Ohio. And Veronica Pinciotti is the director of Lucas County Stations for Buckeye. It's great to have you here.
It's good to meet you.
It is. It's really something. And I come at this from a kind of a selfish perspective as a parent of 4 kids who have played high school athletics.
Okay.
Veronica, and I said we got to have on the chief cook and bottle washer here to talk about how this thing started 10 years ago. You're going to be on the air 10 years in January, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, so take us back to the beginning, the genesis of BCSN.
Well, so over the years, probably 20, 25 years ago, Toledo 5 would cover one game a week, and it would be a game of the week, and it'd be a football game or a basketball game. And the owner of the company, Alan Block, knew that that was a pretty good thing. He got a lot of positive feedback from the community that they really enjoyed it. So I think it was in the fall or late summer of 2003.
And you're here from the start?
I'm here from the start,
okay.
Yep.
All right.
He says, let's do this. Let's do it on our own channel, and let's go big. Let's do 20 games a week. And we said, okay. And we got 3 production units, and we started January 7th, 2004. And the first game, I think, was at, we had 2 that night. I think we were at Notre Dame High School. We did a high school game, and we were at Owens Community College.
Okay, so you did a junior college game, do a girls' high school game.
A girls' high school game, and we were off and running.
Was it Frankie and Tom Cole doing the announcing
I
at the
think
time?
it might have been.
You know?
It might have been. Or Andy Senzata was here then too. So, but you know, we haven't looked back, and we've hit many milestones along the way.
For sure.
And we won HD several years ago.
Right.
And
that was nice.
It was nice.
Yeah.
It made a difference. And we were a little nervous because
609 if you're playing at home, by the way.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Okay.
And 608 and 609.
right,
Because
yes.
But along in the milestone development, we went HD, and then we added a second channel because we had so much content. When it came to showing things at prime time, let's say, think of a Friday night when we had 3 football games, and they're each 3 hours long. Well, we'd show them on Saturday, and then during prime time, we'd get a couple in, and then we'd have to go to Sunday. Then by Monday, I mean, it was kind of, we've shown them a couple times during the day, but we didn't always get to repeat them in the prime time or air them live in the prime time. So Alan said, let's do this. Let's do BCSN too. So
one thing with your advantage, Veronica, you already have, there's the cable system there for
that
you,
helps.
right?
Yeah.
That helps a lot.
It helps a lot.
Yeah, we've got a channel.
It does.
Put this on.
We did. And so then we bumped it up from the 20 events a week to 25. And beginning in January 7th on our 10th anniversary, we're going to have BCSN over in Erie, because we own the cable company over in Erie County Cable.
Oh. And you have the Seawolves over there, who are the AA affiliate of the Detroit Tigers, right? It's interesting how there is a lot of synergy there.
Yes, there is. And so we'll have some of our experts from this area over there mentoring and bringing the kids along. But that's been, for me, one of the most enjoyable things. Not only can we support the community and kids get to watch themselves, and you know, the phone calls as you get here at your station is, you know, grandparents that say, I've never been able to go to one of the kids' games because, you know, I'm bedridden or because of this, and now I can watch my grandson play baseball or my granddaughter
It is fantastic.
play volleyball. That makes you feel great.
And with the evolution, not only you could have taped it at home, get a CD, go to your office.
Sure, you get CDs.
But also now you have, the world has changed now, technologically. So you have BCSN Vision.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So you can just flip it on and watch from wherever you are.
Right.
What you do for employees? I know that Tom and Greg Frankie, I think were with you from the start, basically from the start, right?
Right.
But you went over to UT, right? A lot of students involved?
Right. Another highlight is that we use a lot of college kids. So we went to talk to the The VCT program down Bowling Green State University, they have a mandatory co-op. So many quarters they have to co-op before they can graduate.
And they do a great job at
great.
BG24. I mean,
Yes.
it's a tremendous program.
It's a great program. So we started pulling in some of those kids to run the cameras and to learn the different type, the graphic machines. And then we had the University of Toledo. And then during the summer, we've probably mentored another 12 to 20 kids that are home for the summer. Ann Arbor, from the University of Michigan, from Oberlin, Overton, Ohio State, and these kids are home and they said, I'm thinking about this as a career. Can I, can I shadow Tom, or can I, run a camera, or can I do this? Can I be a production assistant? I just want to know what this is about. And it's really turned out to be, for those kids, sometimes an eye-opener. Because it's not what they think it is. It's hard work. When I look at these crews that
and
we
you
have.
do get rich. I know you get rich in broadcasting.
No, you don't really. You don't really get rich. And if you love sports and you love being,
It's a labor of love.
It is a labor of love, and it builds their resumes. And you can imagine if you're applying, at Fox or Sports or ESPN or and they say, okay, let's see your resume. What have you done? And you say, well, I ran a camera for college football and college basketball. And then they go over and ask one of our people that have crewed for us, okay, what have you done? And they can rattle off 20, 30 different sports that they were part of. They can follow a puck going 92 miles an hour and not lose it.
Right. Golf is very difficult as well.
Golf is very difficult. Yeah. Some of these we've had, have been challenges. Track and field, cross country, because all of our cameras that weigh 45 pounds when they're sitting on your shoulder, they are tethered back to the production unit, 500, 1,000 feet. So we don't have the mobility that the big boys do, but they do well.
The big boys. Well, I don't know if we're big boys here, but we're Dave Holmes and his gang are. It's going to be very interesting. Simulcast
very exciting.
Coming this Friday.
This Friday.
On Basketball Friday, so you kind of come together here. Actually, matter of fact, our studio is not too far from where we are. We'd like to take people behind the curtain on Conklin and Company, Veronica. So, but tell us how that evolved. That we would get together with BCSN.
Well, I think that there was a natural movement to that with 13. With your ratings and what you do in the you're very active in the community. And you're active in the nonprofit things in the community, and we are too, and we pay attention to those kind of things. And so when the opportunity arose, and John called our CEO and said, what do you think about this? And that was probably 6-9 months ago. And so we started working toward that end, and the crew is very excited. And we're putting together the staff now. Who the anchor people are going to be? Who's going to be the regular camera people on that? This. We will actually, the first week of January, we're going to be very busy with our 10th anniversary. We're also launching a nightly sports show that'll be from the studios here. And every night at 10:30.
People have been busy here. A lot of construction going on.
And we're doing our due diligence at 10:30 every night, Monday through Friday. There'll be a half-hour show Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday and Thursday. Friday night we'll kick it up to the hour because there's many more games and there's more highlights and things. So it'll be a regular show, and I think that it'll lead right into your news. Right.
And obviously, an entity that involves so much work and logistics, that it goes into a wide expanse of where you have to be, and sometimes there are complaints. Not everybody's happy about my kid's game is not covered. How could you do this game and not do this game?
Right.
When this team's playing for a championship, this team, we see this team all the time.
Right.
So what about some of the challenges, the biggest challenges you faced over this decade, Veronica?
There are a couple challenges. One of them is the scheduling. But our philosophy is that every team gets on air at least once every season. And except for a couple snowstorms, in the winter, or a bus that broke down, we have made good to that.
Complaints that the big boys get on too much, though? St. John's
we follow,
or Central, or who?
We've heard that. I get those phone calls. But we follow whatever team goes in playoffs. So whether it's Whitmer or St. John's or Ottawa Hills, if they're in the playoffs, we try to follow them.
No matter the division.
No matter the division, and so boys and girls, and there were days during that week, playoff weeks, that 5 production units were not enough. So there were times I'm sure we missed some, and we try to cover Bedford too, and Whiteford.
Absolutely, a lot of playoff games up there.
So there's a lot. There were a lot of playoff games this year. So it does sometimes seem that happens. I mean, Central Catholic's been down to states for their volleyball, for their football, for
basketball.
Basketball. I mean, Yeah.
So
they're on
they
a
go,
lot.
you go,
They go, we go.
right?
Yeah, we can never do the finals. You know, that's been
OHSAA regulated?
right. That's regulated by them. They've sold those rights. So we'll go right up to the semifinal, and then we're not there, and then we get those calls. Why aren't you covering the final? What, you know?
It comes with the territory,
It does.
right? No
It
matter
does.
if you're running Buckeye Cable System Sports Network or 13 ABC, right?
That's right.
Not everybody's going to be happy,
No,
but you do your very best
we do.
to make it all good. Congratulations on 10 years.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Outstanding.
I
And we
appreciate
look
you,
forward to the first simulcast this coming Friday night here on 13 ABC. I think around 11:15. Dave Holmes and the gang will kick it off, and it'll be on BCSN.
It will be, and I'll bring the balloons.
All right. And you got her down the road.
Yes.
I want to do some baseball.
Yes,
Okay? All
yes.
right. I made the request right here.
We-
We're back in just a minute
Thank
on
you.
Conklin and Company right after this.